What's up, wrestling fans? WWE Hell in a Cell, Sunday, September 16th, 2018. WWE Hell in a Cell in the books down there in San Antonio, Texas. Hello, everyone. Jimmy the Mailman Milstead live on a Sunday night. Hopefully, our internet lasts. Usually, after a WWE pay-per-view, I struggle with internet usage here at the Hacienda out here, in Washington State. What were your thoughts, guys? WWE Hell in a Cell down in San Antonio, Texas, in the books. The Mailman is gonna, off the top of the show here, give it a pretty good B+ tonight. I thought the show delivered. I thought the crowd was good. I don't know if it was just based on the way my NFL day went. I did not enjoy my football day. Me playing Pat Mahomes in my fantasy league and my Washington Redskins getting bounced at home versus the Indianapolis Colts. But a very entertaining WWE offering tonight in San Antonio, Texas, as WWE Hell in a Cell came to you on this September 16th, 2018. The AT&T Center packed in 15,216 tonight. And the sponsor was WWE Champions. I thought the show delivered. And I apologize to everybody. I do not have theme songs. Let's introduce our guys. Mark Wood, first of all. Mark, let me unmute your ass. Mark Wood, how's it going, sir? You are up. I won't keep you too much, I hope. I don't know if you got to do a lot tomorrow on a Monday. You were at the game today in Redskins country. First of all, Mark Wood, how are you doing, sir? And did you enjoy the pay-per-view?
I enjoyed the pay-per-view, yes. Did I have a good day? No, about as good as you did. But I was there in person and was a very that stadium, I mean, it's attracting less and less people every game they have there. It's ridiculous, but it's a sad story too. But hey,
well, I really commend you for staying up late there on the East Coast and joining me for your for your good token of faith here to us here at the Small Package. You had a great night, sir. You went 6-2. And right now, you are tied with the Rat Boy. You're at 45-46. That's something to be commended with for somebody that missed the first pay-per-view that we started this contest with. And you're only you're not too far behind me and Rory if you keep it up. 6-2 tonight. You're alone, 2 losses. I'm trying to look. Rollins and Ambrose. That was a very good tag match tonight. And you also lost the Roman Reigns main event tonight. Kind of a screwy finish. Real quick, Mark, back to you. Give me a grade on this pay-per-view. Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, I did. It went my way. not like my fantasy day, that's for sure. But yeah, 6-2. I mean, that's one of my better accomplishments as far as our records going. Since we've been doing this since WrestleMania. But I mean, Rollins and Ambrose, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Ziggler and McIntyre, man. Those guys, McIntyre was like a shit brick house tonight. He got pounded on and pounded on and pounded on and acted like it didn't hurt him. It was unbelievable. But
so, in other words, he was a no-selling son of a bitch.
Right. Wasn't playing tonight, that's for sure. And then the Braun and Roman match. Well, I guess since it was in San Antonio, I guess that's Big Boy's backyard talking about Brock Lesnar. So that makes sense why he showed up there. Little part-time piece of shit. But anyway, I
gotta be honest, Mark. I did not. We had was there a UFC event? No, there was a boxing event. My bad. I totally was caught off guard tonight. I did not expect Brock Lesnar. I don't know who to give it credit to. Cage Side Seats, they late in the card said Brock was backstage. And then I perked my ears up. I'm like, holy shit, he's still around. So I don't know, but kudos, Mark. Let's go to England real quick. I think these guys are dead. Do we have these guys on mute? Hold on. I apologize. Rory Barr, are you alive?
I'm muted now.
Rory and the Rat Boy, how you guys doing?
About as well as you can expect.
What time is it over? What time is it?
Nearly 20 to 5.
Holy smokes! Well, I don't want to keep you guys up too late. You going to work tomorrow? Today?
No, I've got all Mondays off up until December now. So,
all right. What about
after shows? Assuming we do them on Sunday. So,
well, that's kudos for the small package. Rat Boy, how you doing? Are you eating cereal?
Yeah.
No, wait. He's eating humble pie because tonight, the Rat Boy, you went. Holy shit! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You were 3 and 5, Rat Boy. What do you have to say for yourself tonight? Show yourself.
Oh, I'll show myself.
I want some explanation off this one. I honestly thought you were going to win that Braun Strowman match after how far that went. We got to get into detail on this stuff, but I'll give you credit. You got the A-listers, you got the AJ Styles, and I'll give you the big credit. You were the only one to pick Dolph and Drew to retain the Raw Tag Team Championships. But go ahead, sir. Tell me about your night.
I guess I'd rather get the hard picks right than the easy ones. So the Rat Boy claims a moral victory for this pay-per-view.
All right, speaking of that, Rat Boy, Barr, give us your we heard from Mark Wood. Give us your overall take of WWE Hell in a Cell. Did it live up to your expectations, over-deliver, or was it a typical WWE under-deliver pay-per-view?
For me, I'd say for a B show, it certainly outperformed virtually every other B show from this year. So obviously that's going to be, it wasn't exactly hard, but it was a solid performance, sure. And as you say, B plus, I got to agree with you with that. And obviously from long-awaited Becky victory that we've been waiting for 2 years now. And obviously without Alexa Bliss on the card, she could be holding that for a good few months. So that's Becky aside. I'll say no, solid tag team match, Raw tag team that is, and as good as it was, that was the only real standout match for me. So I'd still say it was good. It was fine to good. So I'd put that as B plus. So you'd have to deal with Ryan playing his music as he does. So feel free to mute us when that happens.
Yeah, right on.
All right.
I've got the loose cannon, John Lopez. Hold on 1 second. I gotta shift the camera back over here. Sorry, guys. John Loose Cannon Lopez, what's up, sir? Holy crap. We got to mute you guys real quick. Okay, Rory, thanks, sir. John Loose Cannon Lopez is joining us tonight. Thank you, sir. He thought it was a good but not great pay-per-view. Was disappointed with the ending of the main event. John, if you want to call me on, I gave you the number. Feel free to join us. I'm not sure how my internet is going to go tonight. Hopefully we can get a complete show. But the mailman overall gave tonight a solid B+. I thought the pay-per-view delivered. I wasn't coming into this thinking this show, as stated, was a B pay-per-view, was going to deliver. And I think the entertainment, to me, what I wrote down on my notes, less is more. And we talked about that on the pre-show, guys. I think with only having 8 matches, 7 on the main card, it makes the matches more important. Like a SummerSlam and a WrestleMania, you see these 12 and 13, 14 match cards. Some of these matches on those cards get 2 seconds. No, tonight, 7 matches on the main card, all got storytelling. It does leave off a lot of talent off the cards, but a lot of wrestling fans bitch here and there that there's no off season. A lot of people, I'm coming around on this. You're not seeing wrestlers like Asuka, Sasha Banks, Bayley. Right now I'm bitching about Shinsuke Nakamura. It keeps that. I don't know. I mean, they're all wrestling, I assume, on the live events. That does not, it probably counters what I'm talking about here, but they're not featured on the main show, but that keeps them kind of special. It's just kind of like a pro and con when it comes to this type of stuff. And I kind of dug tonight's card where there was only 7 matches. I was engaged. I loved the opening match of the Hell in a Cell, Jeff Hardy versus Randy Orton. We'll get in that here in a second. But like I said, I think all the matches were given enough time to explain their stories, and I think it made it more special. Mark, do you have anything to say to counter or agree with me on this? Do you think tonight's card was better or worse without a lot of matches on it?
Well, I mean, the quality of the matches did go up, like you were saying, based off the fact that there wasn't quite as many, but they did go longer and had more activity going on in them, which was pretty good. Pretty good action. That Randy Orton and Jeff Hardy match. Goodness gracious! Oh my God! You thought sticking the finger in the earlobe was one thing. I had to cover my eyes when I saw that twisting of the earlobe with the screwdriver. I was baffled by that. But yeah, I mean, I guess Jeff was right about we're going to see something about we've never seen before. We never saw that before, that's for sure. But I mean, other than that, the Ronda and Bliss match went longer than I thought it would. Because they kind of were running, short or not short, but they were lacking in time. They needed to add stuff to it. So,
yeah. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So beyond that, it went kind of as expected.
Yeah. No, I mean, back to my point. Less is more. I hear that a lot in pro wrestling. But I will counter against. I mean, you keep guys off the roster that are healthy. It's just like, fans are going to bitch. Like for me, it's been Shinsuke Nakamura. But I'm willing to go with this formula if these guys get limelight here in the future. So, but as far as tonight, I will eat my words. I thought it was a great card. I'll give it a solid B+ to get to my final point. Jimmy, the mailman Milstead, love Hell in a Cell. Let's go to England real quick before we get to our prediction results. I told John Loose Cannon Lopez to give me a call if he wanted to call in. Back to Rory Barr. Any thoughts? Less is more, or do you have any rebuttals or comments? Rory's laughing. I'm just glad these guys have joined us. God, give these guys a hand, guys. 5 o'clock in the morning. Rory, thoughts?
Sorry, you might have to repeat your question there because Ryan's.
Oh, I'm sorry. I just wanted. We were talking about less is more. As far as tonight's pay-per-view, I know it was like a B pay-per-view, but I think with having 7 matches on the main card, lately we've been seeing like 11 to 15 matches or so, or give or take a few, WrestleMania type cards. I think the talent has been getting enough time on these pay-per-views. I think that's why a big beneficial factor that tonight was a success as far as Hell in a Cell, in my opinion. Do you agree less is more, or did you think there wasn't enough talent on this card?
Well, they ended a good, at least about half an hour than what they usually do, don't they? So it ended at, 1:45, I suppose, whatever your local time is.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's... obviously, there were fewer matches on the card, so they had less time. Obviously, that makes sense. But it wasn't, significantly less. And the matches that they did have, the time that they had, seemed to, the matches, they had the time that they needed. So obviously, especially with Mania, when you've got 12, 13, 14 matches on one pay-per-view. Even though obviously Mania is longer, the matches don't feel like, some matches feel like they have more time than they deserve, while others obviously don't go as long as you'd like. But for this pay-per-view, I thought, everything had as long, each match was as long as it needs to be. So, you can only praise them for that. So, I suppose that's just my opinion. I don't know I don't know, Brian, if you have any thoughts for your own.
Not many thoughts for me tonight, thank you. Less is more.
Yeah, Ryan, I don't expect enough out of Ryan tonight, but I'll give it Bliss credit. She hung with Rousey, but all right. Well, let's hand it over to Mr. Lee Ermey.
Knock off the jaw jack, and it's time for mail call.
All right, let's go to our prediction results, guys. 8 matches on the card overall. We start with the pre-show. We had the New Day. They took on Rusev Day off the start on the kickoff match. I thought it was a pretty good kickoff match to start things off. A late arriving crowd there in San Antonio. I figured they started, 4 o'clock on the pre-show. I figured fans by now would have gotten the formula. This was not a big time 2-hour pre-show or nothing. I was shocked.
On the greatest stage of them all, and there's gonna be a new U.S.
Apologize, I'll beat this out.
Good Lord. Audio guy. Sorry about that, guys. No, to get back to my point, the crowd in San Antonio seemed to be a late arriving crowd. Maybe they were grabbing a lot of beverages. I had never seen so many bowl seats. They had great seats. For that pre-show match for the whole hour, you could have gotten the building. A lot of empty seats there for a great match. We had the New Day and the Rusev Day for the WWE SmackDown Tag Team Championships. I thought it was a great match. We had some gamesmanship in the beginning. New Day comes out first. Aiden English, they were arguing vocally, Big E and Aiden especially through the introductions. But I thought this was a pretty good match. Aiden English, I had never seen a high spot the way he delivered tonight. He basically dove over the ropes. I don't know. It was what do you call that move? Tope con something. A hell of a fucking move by I got to get my wrestling moves down. I am not Mauro Ranallo here. A tremendous high spot, to say the least, with Aiden English. Lands on Big E. We saw Rusev have a super matchka kick in the match when Kofi Kingston got tossed by his teammates there. It was Kofi and Big E to be in this match. Xavier was on the outside, not involved, but he was involved in the match. But there was a sweet spot where Kofi got a match kick on the outside. Aiden English at one point had a accolade there on I believe it was Kofi, right? And then there was a Trouble in Paradise, but that was the finish. I don't have the match result. Let me go to my trusty notes. Sorry, guys. This is the part of the post-show process where the mailman has lacked expertise. I have this match going 8 minutes, 55 seconds. The New Day retain the titles. I thought it was a pretty good match. Aiden English and Rusev still have some troubling things to work out between themselves. I honestly think these guys will not last probably till they'll probably break up before the new year, I would assume. The Bar, myself, the mailman, and Mark Wood get this pick right. Mr. Rat Boy gets it wrong. The New Day are still your WWE Tag Team five-time champions. We'll go to Mark Wood. Thoughts on this match, sir?
It went as I expected. I didn't think Rusev and Aiden English were going to provide too much of a challenge. That tag team division on SmackDown is a lot better than a tag team division on Raw. So I mean, there's other better teams that'll actually take on the New Day. You got the Usos and a few of the other teams that are on there. But the quality of teams on SmackDown are a lot better than they are on Raw. So I mean, they're not going to have a hard time finding another qualified opponent. So, but I mean, it went as expected as I thought. I thought New Day was going to take it, and they did with ease. So that's all I have to say.
Mark, where do you see the tag team championships going now? We've got Sanity. We got Sheamus, Cesaro.
Cesaro.
You think Sheamus, Cesaro? Okay.
Yeah.
Where the fuck are the Usos?
I don't know if they're in transition going to Raw. I don't know what's going on with those guys. But yeah, they should climb back up there too.
Yeah, we got the Usos on SmackDown, and then we got the Revival. Two solid tag teams, and I have no idea what this is what I was talking about earlier. You're going to have a lot of guys. They've been off the rosters, keeping them special, I guess. They've got to be healthy. I don't think they've been I'm sure they've been on live shows, but somebody can chime in on Messenger or something on here. But those are tag teams that are valuable, kept out of the scene, and it must be some kind of new formula I think WWE is using where you keep talents like Asuka, the Usos, away, and they come back pretty special. So we'll go over to England right now. Thoughts on the New Day and the Rusev Day match. I know Rat Boy's passed the fuck out. Rory, are you doing okay over there? I give you credit for joining us.
Oh, that's fine. Sorry, I'm having to mute myself. I'm getting some resistance from the depressed fellow that I have sat next to me. But apologise if you get some kind of copyright strike.
Oh, that's good.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Right. Sorry, could you repeat that? What was it? Were we talking about Rusev Day, New Day?
Yeah, Rusev Day, New Day. Thoughts on the match? Where do you see the New Day going from here? Or Rusev Day is probably on the decline. Maybe
yeah, I don't see Rusev Day lasting. I can see story build up towards Aiden English Rusev match coming fairly soon. I don't know if, to be honest, I doubt it'll make it to pay-per-view. It'll probably be a throwaway SmackDown episode. And sorry, it's extremely difficult to concentrate while I've got Ryan here playing.
Yeah, no worries. The mailman gets the pick right. You guys got it right. The Rat Boy got it wrong. Let's go to the. Oh shit. Let's go to the chat. I don't have any guys on the chat right now talking, but so then we brought it to the main card. Guys, pretty cool intro. They had some women's voice chanting about how Hell in a Cell was a place to find your demons and stuff. What'd you think of that? We'll go to Mark real quick. Did you like the intro, Mark?
To be honest with you, I'm too tired to remember it.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I'm sorry. We're going into it. All right. Let's start off. The opening match, the Hell in a Cell comes down. There's nothing like it in WWE when a cage match, any kind of structure comes down. They got this time, this thing is plastered in red. The first time we ever seen a bright red cage. I guess in TNA, they used to do this thing. I saw a lot of memes out there. Jeff Hardy, he's wrestled in TNA before in a structure like that. What'd you guys think of the bright red cell? I thought it looked good and it made things more special to me. I'm a big fan of it. Mark, did you like the way they painted the Hell in a Cell tonight?
I liked your little picture you sent out during the middle of the day with the McDonald's playland.
I can't take credit to that. I got off Cult of Kayfabe. I find a lot of funny memes on that stuff. But no, yeah,
matched the character of what it looked like. But yeah, I mean, it was different rather than just being the old gray silverish look that you get on a fenced-in area. The red kind of made it stand out a little more when they had the camera pointing up towards it, and it kind of looked neat with later on in the evening when the four guys were on top of it throwing punches at each other and trying to knock each other off of it and that kind of craziness. But yeah, I mean, I liked it. It was something different and something to talk about.
Yeah, I thought it added to the pay-per-view, to tell you the truth. I'm not hating on it. A lot of people, it makes me want them to bring back, when they have cage matches, the old school WWF blue cage with the wider. You could see the action better. They need to bring back that old school WWF blue cage back in the Hulk Hogan, King Kong Bundy Saturday night's main event era. But Rory, what'd you guys think over there? If you're still alive, what'd you think of the red Hell in a Cell, Matt? What do you think of the visuals?
I don't hate it. I don't love it. I don't really see the need, why they felt the need to change it, but it doesn't harm the pay-per-view in any way. So, yeah, to be honest, I'm perfectly neutral on it. It was something different, I suppose. If different isn't automatically better, but fine. That's all. That's my final thoughts, really. It's fine. Don't love it, don't hate it. It's perfect. If they want to change it up, fine.
Right on.
Yeah.
Well,
So I'm not sure if you're going to get any more thoughts from Ryan at any point. So I won't bother introducing him unless he wants to ship in.
We're counting Ryan out. Mark, if you got to pass out, let me know, man. But I appreciate you guys attending tonight. But the bar got this pick right. Randy Orton gets the victory. The only guy to pick Jeff Hardy was the Rat Boy. We'll go over this match went. I apologize. This was a solid match. 25 minutes. Randy Orton defeated Jeff Hardy. I thought it had a lot of great storytelling in it. There was a lot of toys brought in. Ladders, chairs, tables. Hardy was right out the gates with a stinger splash. He repeated some shoulder thrusts to Orton, who fired back with the overhand clubs and a front kick. There was a ton of great spots. There was a moment where they were fighting over a table. Jeff Hardy ended up looking like he He was on a surfboard, shoves the table right into Randy and then into the cage. There's a lot of great stuff. We saw some poetry in motion off the chair. I love that as he ran into the corner. Let's see. I mean, I have a lot of notes on here.
I think this might have been the only match I've ever seen Randy Orton not doing the RKO. And you know, when at the very end when Hardy jumped off the top of the ladder, I was expecting Randy to pop up and RKO him through the table. I didn't expect him just to move out of the way. But I think that's the first time I've ever seen Randy not use the RKO in a match in a long time.
Yeah, it makes me wonder. What are you guys' thoughts on that finish? Basically, well, let's get to there's a couple other things I didn't go over. Okay, first, we talked about they brought out all these toys, the tables, ladders, chairs. I don't know how many minutes it was into it. 25-minute match, about halfway through. Randy goes under the ring and busts out a fucking toolbox and like goddamn ice picks. There's a bunch of tools I couldn't even describe. I mean, I don't even know I don't even think that was a screwdriver. I think it was some kind of Dremel tool.
I have no idea.
He fucking breaks out. Mark, shit you not. I fucking was like, what is he gonna do? And as soon as he grabbed that fucking tool, I knew he was going for the earlobe. I had never seen something so sick and twisted. He ends up sticking this screwdriver tool in. Yeah, I mean, you talk about storytelling. It was uncomfortable to watch. Mark, back to you. What are you thinking? Are you eating dinner at this time? And I mean, what the fuck? Look at this guy.
No, my hands were in my face. I didn't see it. Because all I can think is when he twisted, he was going to lean back and pull that damn thing right through his earlobe and rip it off his head.
He's twisting. He's got a torque on it. Rory, thoughts on Randy Orton and Jeff Hardy's God, that earlobe looked like a fucking rubber band.
I was going to say, well, talk about a screw job there.
Yeah.
Well,
I've got a screw job.
Yeah, you mentioned, you asked Mark if he was eating. Well, I actually was at the time. And I'd say I had to stop for a good few minutes after that. The match itself, given the fact that sorry, I'm having to mute myself because Ryan's trying to do something, and I'll tell you about it later.
You're good. Keep going, buddy. You're doing good.
Yeah. So, the match itself, it was again, it was fine. Again, I'm going to use that word a lot.
Are you okay? Oh shit!
Yeah, fine.
That one was it's unbelievable.
Yeah, and it was fine. I'm just trying to think what else really, because it was just quite underwhelming. After given the fact that Jeff was bigging it up on Twitter, he said he was going to do something amazing tonight. I'm guessing that amazing spot was the fall from the top of the cell onto the table. But
yeah, I mean, that's what I want to get y'all's opinion, guys. Do you think that was a legit injury? I'm going to Loose Cannon John Lopez. Loose Cannon Lopez. He says the opening match was his match of the night, and I gotta agree. I think, well, John, I'm gonna hold off on that thought. I really enjoyed the women's title match too, but no. As far as Hell in a Cell matches, that was one of the best Hell in a Cell. I thought Jeff and Randy brought it. I really hope that was not a legit shoot injury that was faked. My guy Brad Amrine seems to think maybe Jeff. Let's talk about the ending real quick. I know I'll get back to you guys in a minute. To get to the finish, Hardy monkey bars off the top. He set up two ladders. There was a table set up. Randy was placed on that table, but Hardy's like climbing. Basically, the ladder reached up to the top of the Hell in a Cell. He's monkeying off that top beam, and it looked like Randy moved too quick, in my opinion. I don't know if it was meant to be an RKO or something. I mean, like maybe he was supposed to do something else. I don't know. But Hardy monkey bars off the swings. He ends up diving splash through the table, but Orton rolls away. The referee, Brian Nguyen, warns Orton off and telling Jeff, he says he was basically acting like Jeff was pretty much dead, and he looked like he was dead. The Viper insists, though. He comes back. He makes the cover for the 1, 2, 3. Randy Orton wins by pinfall with a lateral press. After that, medics rush down with a stretcher and tend to Hardy. They strap a neck brace on him before loading him onto the board and then stretching him out. I thought this match delivered. Everybody was saying, we did not, Mark was saying, we did not see an RKO. We did not see we saw a swanton off the ropes, but nothing massive off the top. I expect these two guys to do what the second Hell in a Cell match provided. I thought these guys were actually going to go on the top tonight, but that did not happen. But I give this match a solid 4 stars, to tell you the truth. 25 minutes. Hopefully Jeff is all right. I hope that it's not a shoot injury. They sold me there. Mark, what'd you think? Do you think Jeff Hardy is legit hurt after falling through that table awkwardly?
I mean, he's taken a lot of harder hits than that in his day. I don't know if it was just an act that they gurneyed him out, but I would expect to see him back Tuesday night.
All right. Responding there on the chatter. Yes, good points. No, I think Jeff, like you said, has been had encountered worse things. That was a vicious fall to fall. I don't know how many feet you think that was. How tall is the Hell in a Cell? Somebody get back to me on that. But Rory, thoughts on the way Jeff Hardy fell? It looked pretty bad.
I think at that height, it's going to hurt. Whether it's as bad as he was selling it, well, either way, real or not, well, real, obviously, it's going to hurt no matter what. But I don't think. Ultimately, I think he was selling it more than anything. Obviously, some of that is going to be legitimate, but I don't think it looked I don't think it was as bad as it looked and as bad as he was selling it. So. Obviously, credit to him for taking that, be willing to do that. But overall, it was a solid spot, but I was expecting more. Just say that's ultimately why I've just found the match disappointing overall. It was a good match, definitely, but
fair deal.
More. So
yeah, I give you, Rory. I give you record. You guys basically, God, I got an echo in the background, but you guys predicted every match right when we did our pre-show, except for the next match we got. You had Seth and Dean coming on second. It was actually the women's SmackDown match. Other than that, you guys predicted the whole card right. I just want to give you guys a tip of the cap.
Originally, I had those matches reversed as well.
Is that right?
Yeah, originally, but
You're my official booker from here on out. That was a great job. You guys did a great job on the prediction order.
Thank you.
Yeah, I just looked up the Hell in a Cell. It's 24 feet high.
24 feet high. Mark, that was a long fall for Jeff. 24 fucking feet. I used to paint double stories. I hated going on 40-foot ladders. Just me in a paint bucket when I painted for my dad. That's a long fucking way up. I'm sorry, Rory. Were you going to say something?
Oh, no, I had nothing else. No, nothing more to say. Story about it.
Oh, okay. So, back to the chatter. Loose Cannon says, hopefully Jeff is okay. The current Hell in a Structure is pretty high. Yeah, 24 feet, flying onto a table. Man, that was a vicious fall. I've seen a lot of table drops. That ref, he sold it really good. Jeff's also, his belt was, I forgot to describe some of the belt shots. Jeff has that studded belt. Randy got hit a couple of, his back was bleeding a lot. Both these guys earned their paycheck tonight. I've been shitting on Randy for the bulk of the summer that he hadn't shown up to get his paycheck. Tonight, Randy Orton got his paycheck. And you know what? I'm going to agree with John Luis Lopez. This was my match of the night, a great opener. But we'll move on to the SmackDown women. Real quick, back to this match. Mark, where do you see Jeff Hardy going from here? Is he real quick, back to me, real quick. We have Matt Hardy unofficially, well, he says he retires. I'm going to agree with the Solid Monster, one of my favorite podcasts. Never say never. This guy, but for now, Matt Hardy, the Woken gimmick, he is officially on his YouTube page announced at a live house show not too long. What was it, Saturday night? Looks like Matt Hardy is done. I think Jeff Hardy has a lot left in the tank. Where does Jeff Hardy go from here, Mark?
I mean, he's a perfect Intercontinental U.S. champion type thing, and he could possibly challenge for one of the championship titles. I mean, him and AJ Styles would put on a hell of a show, I think. The two styles that they have, the high risk, high reward type things, that they jump off the top ropes and do them flips and stuff like that. I mean, they would match up pretty well. So I could see him probably going for the SmackDown title.
Yeah, okay. Rory, I know Ryan's tapped out. You're welcome to stay with us as long as you want to, man.
Yeah, I'll stay as long as I can.
The Rat Boy is tapped out.
I'm not tapped out.
Do you want to talk about one? I'll talk about this one.
Hey, it's all good. 5 a.m. there. You guys are troopers, man. Rat Boy, thoughts on Viper versus Hardy? Holy shit. This might be all night. Fuck.
I thought it was remarkably underwhelming.
Really?
I just thought, this is the match that Jeff Hardy's been searching for somewhat 26 years. We were all going to feel unsatisfied if he didn't jump off the top of the damn thing and kill himself. I mean, it was a decent enough match, but compared to what we could have got, compared to what Jeff Hardy sort of almost guaranteed us on the Twitter.
The Twitter.
I just didn't feel that satisfied after the end of it, and I do like the red Hell in a Cell though.
Nice.
Hey, during Breast Cancer Awareness Month, maybe we can have a pink one,
Oh, Jesus Christ. First of all, I just want to say this beer goes out to you guys over there in England for staying this late up. I know, and this goes to Mark too. I'm going to try to speed it up here. I know you guys got to go to bed. I got to work tomorrow as well. Let's move on. We had the women's WWE SmackDown Championship. We had Charlotte Flair taking on Becky Lynch. And this gets my co-match of the night, guys. I thought it was a fantastic wrestling match. Featured a lot of counters. This match went 13 minutes, 55 seconds. Becky Lynch, Rory Barr, and my gals, Lady Straight Fire defeats Charlotte Flair. Woo! 13 minutes, 55 seconds in the singles match. Woo! I did not. I expected this. I did not. They're having a match, I believe, at the Super Show. Let's talk about this match. There was a lot of counters. Becky, I believe Mark said he did not like each lady's garb. I thought they both looked sexy as hell. Let's get to the ending here. I'm trying to find my notes. Both women were down and out at one point. Charlotte couldn't capitalize, but instead climbs up to the top. Nobody home. She moonsaults. A cross armbar was applied by Becky. She shifts to a triangle as Flair tries to make it into a pin. She deadlifts her. Sit out power bombs. Can't put Becky Lynch away. On their knees, slugging it out. Forearm for forearm as they rise to their feet. Becky pulls ahead in the exchange. A hammerlock inverted DDT for a near fall. I love this match, to tell you the truth. Headed up top, but Flair catches her missile dropkick into a Boston Crab. These ladies, I thought this was one of the better women's matches I've seen this year. Lynch crawls into the ropes and puts Charlotte into the turnbuckles before yanking her shoulder first into the post, drawing her up, counter to a schoolboy. A disarmor is in on the kick out, but Charlotte's too close to the ropes. Becky refuses to break until 4. Back inside, elbow up, spear countered. Becky Lynch wins by pinfall, countering the spear into a pin to win the WWE SmackDown Women's Championship for the second time. Becky puts the title on her shoulder as Charlotte recovers and approaches her. Flair offers her hand, but Lynch raises the title high and tells her she's not taking this moment from her again. I thought this was a fantastic match, guys. Mark Wood, thoughts on Becky Lynch winning the Blue Brand title?
Well, you and I were the only two that got it correct, right?
Oh no, the bar. Oh wait, no, the Rat Boy got this one right, I believe, as well, right?
No, he got it wrong.
No. Yeah, he said no contest.
Yeah,
he said no contest.
Yeah,
but yeah, you're right. This was a big match for the Yanks. Me and you got this one right. I am shocked, Rory Barr. You won against your lady, but we'll get to Rory in a minute. Back to Mark real quick. Thoughts on this match? I thought it was great.
Yeah, I thought it was one of the better women's matches you've seen in a while. You know, Becky Lynch has been long overdue. I mean, she's put her time in. You know, I've seen her talk trash to UFC fighters, and that's all I kept thinking throughout the entire match was what happens if she loses this match? You know, she's talking smack to all these UFC fighters like she wants to fight them. And that kind of thing. I was like, she can't even beat Charlotte Flair. She probably should sit down. And then she pulls it out in the very end. But, I mean, Charlotte's great. I mean, Charlotte can go red brand or blue brand. It doesn't matter. She's going to be the class of the the group of girls. I mean, her and Ronda obviously are going to be hell bent for WrestleMania in New York, I'm quite sure. But like I say, I had a feeling when we were talking about this on the pre-show that this was going to be a kind of a crowning moment for Charlotte to get the title back from Becky, so she had to lose it at this particular pay-per-view to make that happen. So we'll see. We'll see next month when they have the women's first ever all women pay-per-view. So it went as well as I thought it was going to.
Right on. Back to the Randy Orton match. I got him right too. So there wasn't a lot of return to centers tonight. The mailman did. Let's go to probably the only guy that's bigger fanboy of Becky Lynch than me, Rory Barr. I'm sorry, guy. The one night you go against the girl.
It's the one time I go against her.
You picked Charlotte Flair. You're going to eat this shit burger. Let's bring you on.
Hey, no, it was kind of intentional. Either way, I win. So
yeah.
Yeah.
What a lazy bet.
Fun.
No, honestly, yeah, it was a great match. I've got to agree with you, one of the better women's matches of the year. But yeah, when you've got those two involved, that's kind of what you expect. So, obviously the ideal scenario would have been me actually going for her and her winning. But I was kind of expecting them to hold off on this until Evolution. So I'm expecting one big title change during that pay-per-view. So I was kind of thinking we're going to stretch this out until October, is it? Is that when Evolution is?
Yeah, it's going to be during the I'm going to be on the Jericho cruise. So I was going to advertise we're going to do a show for the Evolution. It's just, man, it's going to, I don't know if the complete card's going to be, the mailman's going to have to think really good that week, because I still don't, I'm going to be flying to Miami to go on the Jericho cruise. That pay-per-view, I'll be on the cruise that weekend, and I don't know if all the matches will be in place. I know it has been leaked, but we will figure it out before that. Let's get to the Super Show first. There will be an Evolution small package prediction show. So, Rory, did you finish your thoughts?
No. Well, what I was going to say is my logic of picking Charlotte was that they're going to drag this out to Evolution. And that's when Becky would finally get a win after 2 years without a title. Not doing pretty much. I'm fairly certain this is the first singles feud in at least a year and a half, since Alexa Bliss even. That was when she lost the title.
Say again?
So, yes.
What happened when she feuded with Alexa Bliss?
Happened tonight. Sorry.
When she feuded with Alexa Bliss?
Yes,
did she keep her title or did she lose it? I can't remember.
Dropping shit.
Are you referring to the Ronda Rousey, Alexa Bliss feud? Sorry.
Who?
Sorry, I'm trying to finish my thought. Having a rethink of how they've done it now, I'm just trying to work this through in my head, right? So they've got. So how many times has Charlotte won a title so far? Whether that be SmackDown and Raw, or SmackDown.
Let's just not make it, Rory. You're making it too difficult. Here's what I think is going to go down. It's going to be Charlotte, Flair, and Ronda Rousey in New York. I think Charlotte's going to go to Raw. And then you're going to have a SmackDown. Becky could very well hold that title. Maybe a Charlotte Sasha Banks switch or something. I don't know. I don't think it's going to be that complicated. Charlotte, Ronda Rousey are on a crash course.
I'm just thinking about Evolution, and there's going to be something big that's going to happen. And with Charlotte being 6-time champion now, she only has to win one more time in order to become a record holder, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, there you are. Go ahead.
Trisha's record. Was Trisha's record, 6 championships?
I think it's 7.
Is it 6 or 7?
I'll have to look that up. I don't have my. I can't bring it up right
now. Well, if she does win it back from Becky, then she'll tie that record. So I'm thinking that's going to be. It's not quite big, but it's going to be something they can reel off up until eventually, she does, do what her father's done and become a record number of wins, title holders, main championships. And I think they're just going to make those parallels to her father constantly. But anyway, I'm diverging from the actual match itself there. So, no, it's a solid match. And I think Ryan had something to say as well. So
go ahead, Rat Boy.
You
lost. The Rat Boy lost this. He, guys, I was going to buy him a beer. He had the big bold prediction on the prediction show. He said a no contest. I actually thought this guy might have was gonna get this, but Rat Boy, thoughts?
For what it's worth, I would never bet against Alexa Bliss. Whereas, arguably on the biggest night of her career, Rory chose to bet against Becky Lynch.
Biggest night of the first ever SmackDown.
Now, I will offer a round of applause to Beck. She's now a 2-time SmackDown Women's Champion, which is impressive. I mean, it only took Alexa Bliss a matter of 3 months to become a 2-time SmackDown Women's Champion, where it's taken Becky Lynch more than 2 years.
Given that she's not blonde,
she only needs to win the Raw Women's Championship 3 times to catch up with Alexa. I think, again, it's good that we've got a good champion on the B show, but can we trust Becky to be a champion on the A show? See, I don't think so. I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think so. But
you didn't know?
You didn't know. Like, I am definitely. I'd rather see Becky champion over Charlotte. So they didn't do the double turn, which categorically would have been a bad idea from my point of view. Becky needs to stay an out-and-out heel. Turning her face again wouldn't have made any form of sense whatsoever.
She's not heel though, right?
But she's been champion before and she couldn't handle the pressure. Can she handle it this time?
I just want to compliment you guys on your home decor. Whose house are we at over there?
Mine.
All right. And I just want to compliment you, Rat Boy. You look like Bubba Ray Dudley tonight.
Okay, I'll take it, yeah.
Fucking, what's up with... are you wearing pajamas or... what the fuck? All right, let's move on. I'm sorry. We're going a little too long. I don't want to keep... You guys are the guys that are up late. It's only 9:30 on the West Coast. The next match, we have the exciting tag team match for the Raw tag team titles. Seth Rollins, Dean Ambrose. Seth Rollins, your Intercontinental title holder right now, taking on the current Raw tag team champions, Drew McIntyre and Dolph Ziggler. Man, this match, this could have got one of my matches of the night. This was a great fucking fun match. Sorry for the F-bomb, but it really was a fucking fun match. 22 minutes, 50 seconds. This one had a little bit of everything. A lot of false finishes. Before that match, though, we got a house ad for the Marine 6. I might have to order this just because. I mean, I only saw the Marine 1 with John Cena. I believe Ted DiBiase Jr. was in one of them before The Miz took over. But Becky Lynch is in this one, guys. Real quick. Got to get your thoughts. Are you guys a fan of the Marine franchise? Mark Wood, have you seen any of the Marines?
There's a series called Marines.
Well, the Marine. I don't know. Fuck.
No, I've never seen not a single minute of it. So, I mean, I am a Miz and Maurice fan, but I have never spent a second watching it yet.
The Marine, not the Maurice. Jesus Christ! But John Cena was in that first Marine, and it was so bad. That was in 2006, I think. I was in Iraq at the time. I actually bought the DVD, guys, and it was so bad. I haven't seen a Marine since. But our guys in Britain, England, thoughts on the Marine franchise? Are you excited to see Becky Lynch in the latest episode?
You bought the DVDs. We bought the Blu-rays.
Okay.
I guess I'll watch it because Becky Lynch is in it. And for that reason over. Yeah. Rory,
Okay.
did you like the Marine?
I can't say I've seen any.
He says he's seen them all.
Yeah, of course. I might check this one out for obvious reasons.
All right. We don't want to spend too much time on it. I'm sorry. Back to the match for the tag team titles. This was the name of the faction between Dolph Ziggler and Drew McIntyre, the Dogs of War. So, yeah, Rory, pre-show, the prediction show, you got that right. I was, the Dogs of War. I'm not sure. We were, I think, deciding what the hell their names were. They took on the Shield, Dean Ambrose, Seth Rollins for the WWE Raw Tag Team Championships. A pretty slow start, but I think it picked up massively in the end. Basically, Dean was waiting for the hot tag a lot. There was some big chops in the corner by Dolph. He was scraped Dean Ambrose's eyes across the top rope, grabbing the sleeper hold. Are you guys okay over there? Shit. Basically, Rollins was looking for a hot tag a lot during the match. I'm looking through my notes here. I have so much, and I cannot. It's always difficult. Let's go to the end here. There was a zigzag, a tag made to Drew, looking for a combo. Seth counters with a super kick up top, a frog splash. That was not enough. He finally gets a tag to Dean. They set McIntyre up top and climb with him, but Dolph runs in, picks Seth off. He put Ziggler to the floor. They had a plancha to the floor. Nobody was home. Drew takes Ambrose out with a diving lariat into a kip up. I thought that kip up was impressive by Drew McIntyre, by the way. I'd never seen I don't know. How big is Drew McIntyre? That's a large man to kip up like that. He tags Dolph. There was an electric chair. Dean was fighting back with punches, and he slips out. A front kick, underhooks, tags Rollins. Finally, Dean fights Drew to the floor. Seth Rollins superplex, but the Claymore cuts him off before he can hit the Falcon Arrow. Dolph slumps into an accidental cover, and 1, 2, 3, it's over, guys. The Dogs of War win by pinfall with a Claymore from Drew McIntyre and an accidental cover from Dolph Ziggler. I thought this was a pretty good booking. Seth Rollins, still the Intercontinental Champion, but the Dogs of War still the Raw Tag Team Champions. Drew carries Dolph on his shoulders, basically still unconscious. I'm not gonna lie, this was the Mailman's first loss of the night. I gave a letter to the postman. He put it in his sack. By the early next morning, he sent my letter. What'd you guys think of this match? Let's go to Britain first.
Ryan's pretending he's asleep.
Ryan's asleep.
As I say, for me, this is my match of the night. Easy.
Your match of the night.
A lot of false finishes, which aren't automatically a good thing, but he did them well in this match. Ryan's got a point to make, so while it's fresh in his mind, I'll just quickly turn to him in a second.
I think, along with the Miz and Maurice, this was probably one of the toughest predictions to make. And I think, if anything, it's better to make a handful of tough predictions right, as opposed to a heap of easy predictions right. Back to you, Rory.
Very well. Okay. My thoughts. Now, to be honest with this pay-per-view, it's not really great for the after show, but I wasn't paying too much attention. So I'll explain from what I did say.
I'll give you guys credit. You guys are up late over there. Rewatch this match. It really, it was really good. The Rat Boy got it right. The Rat Boy was the only one to get Dolph and Drew. I've got a couple of comments on my chatter. Sorry, guys. John Luce Cannon Lopez, the Raw Tag Team title match was good and was right on my prediction. He had Ziggler and McIntyre. We did not read Luce Cannon. He didn't get his picks in on time on the pre-show. Luce Cannon also asked, isn't Shawn Michaels in this new Marines movie? That's a good question, John. I think he is, actually. Yeah, he is. HBK is in that movie, I believe. Back to you, Bar.
Back to me. So I was just say, yeah, he is. Just confirming.
He is, okay.
He's in that film, yeah.
Mark Wood. Sorry, guy. We haven't talked to you in a while. Thoughts on the Raw Tag Team Championships? Me and you had Seth and Dean. I was shocked. I think we might have lost. Oh, shit. He might have muted himself. Mark.
I'm here.
Okay. I did not mute you.
I mean, to start out, I mean, when we were talking earlier about McIntyre, I just looked him up. He's 6'5". I mean, he's 6'5". Yeah, he's a pretty big dude. So, you know, when he's going against these guys that are 6'2", 6'3", he looks like a towering, you know, that 2 or 3 inches it looks really more than what it really is. But anyhow, he was taking some good shots there, and I was surprised he was, you know, kicking back up and moving around after he took them. But I knew it was going to be. I mean, it was going to come down to something. You know, you could tell. I don't know. I was hoping that Dean and Seth were going to win this one. You know, it's been a while since Dean's had a title. You know, Dean's probably my favorite behind Roman. So you know, I'm a Shield guy. So you know, I wanted the guys to win, but it happened the way it happened.
Well, it'll be interesting for us that are football fans to switch back and forth tomorrow night. I'm going to watch Monday Night Football. Seahawks, Bears will be entertaining. But I'm actually entertained. This Raw Tag Team division, it's kind of unique. I'm interested to see where this one goes. So that was one of my only losses of the night, guys. I'm taking pride in it. Let's move on, though. That was a great match. It took up a lot of the card. Our next match, though, was for the WWE Championship. We had AJ Styles, the incumbent champion, taking on Samoa Joe. All of us had AJ Styles, so we had a clean sweep here. Wendy! We were so inspired by Wendy. Me and Mark got Baconators the other day after our post show. Mark, how was your sandwich from Wendy's?
I finally figured out what Ryan was talking about. The two
brioche bun?
No, the what Americans call cheese, because I wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't really there, and I think it kind of cinched me on the. He said 6 strips of bacon. I don't know if I got that. Yeah. Probably more 2 cut into 6, but.
Well, you might have got cut off the bacon, but we all got the AJ Styles pick. I thought this match was pretty good. Not to cut you off, Mark. We'll get back to you in a real quick second. This match, 19 minutes. Let's describe it real quick. There was a lot of good stuff. Before that match, though, Mick Foley rolls up on Braun Strowman to tell him he'd better respect his authority tonight. And Braun tells him if he does his job and counts to 3, he'll do his. But trust him, you don't want a monster problem. And then there was a house ad for the Mixed Match Challenge. The Mixed Match Challenge is back, guys. I won't even talk about it. It was what it was last year. I don't need to see it again. But we had AJ Styles taking on Samoa Joe for the WWE Championship. To me, the premier title in all of wrestling. This title needs to be respected. And goddamn, this WWE Championship sooner or later needs to main event a fucking pay-per-view. But I thought it was a pretty goddamn good match. Let's get to the end. I got a lot of notes here. Going for the Styles Clash, AJ was denied, reversed into a catapult in the corner. There was a huge lariat. So very close. Styles down and out in the corner. Samoa Joe draws him up, sets him on top. There was a muscle buster reversed. Styles Clash denied. It looked like AJ had, I think his mouth or nose was bleeding. The ref had his gloves on in this match. The Styles Clash was denied in the corner, trying for the calf killer, but it was blocked. There was a leg kick, a leg pick, leg feed enziguri by Samoa Joe to counter, slow to cover, and it was a near fall. There was a Pele kick that connected. Joe staggered into the corner. The champion rose, back body drop onto the apron. That looked pretty good. There was a forearm to the face, elbow pad off. The phenomenal forearm connects. Countered, though, into a coquina clutch. He falls back, and AJ rolls through. AJ Styles wins by pinfall, but a lot of controversy in this match, reversing the coquina clutch into a pin to retain the WWE Championship. But it looked like AJ tapped before the pin. Samoa Joe was irate during the post-match, insists that AJ Styles tapped before the pin. He returns to the ring to attack, but AJ strikes first with a super kick. Commentary discusses things. We get says we should get a different camera angle, and we see that Styles apparently tapping on Joe's ribs as referee Brian DeGuin. He had a rough night. His hand came down for the 3 for the pin. It looks like these guys are headed to the Super Show for a rematch. I dug this match. It adds a lot of controversy. Britton, are you still awake? Thoughts on this match? We all had AJ Styles.
Yes, hello. I straight up wasn't here for 95% of this match, so I didn't watch. I watched the last 3 minutes. And
Where'd you go? Did you
I was outside.
Get some Domino's pizza?
Not exactly, no.
He was chasing Pokemon.
Some chicken kickers?
No. Yeah, so I can't really add much to this match at all. So the last 3 minutes of what I saw was excellent. So for all I know, this could have been a match of the night, but I'm going to have to watch it from the beginning. So
all right. Mark's yawning.
Oh.
Mark, your thoughts on the WWE Championship? This guy, Mark, is tired. I'll give him credit. Thanks for staying up.
I'm disappointed that Wendy wasn't there.
Wendy, as in Wendy's or his wife?
Or his wife.
Oh.
Wendy Styles is actually.
Oh, Wendy!
Yeah, I was actually disappointed we didn't see her tonight. I thought she was going to play into it somehow.
I'm not going to lie, guys. I thought it was a great wrestling match. I mean, these guys have a storied past. I thought the promos lead. I know Mark didn't like the storytelling book thing on SmackDown. I think that's one of the things that engaged me on SmackDown. Comments, John Luis Canna Lopez. The WWE Championship was my 3rd match of the night, his favorite. He loves AJ as the WWE Champion and hopes he goes a full year as champ. I think that could very well happen, John. But do you guys believe his WWE Championship run is underwhelming or unappreciated so far? I'll ask you guys in a minute. Loose Cannon also says, and yes, he needs to headline this pay-per-view as champion. Deadpool James Herrera is here. I didn't see. James, thanks for joining us. Mark, let me go to you first. Mark, what do you think? Do you think AJ Styles' championship reign has been underwhelming?
No, not at all. I think AJ's he a real good champion. I don't know in English.
Shinsuke. The Bar, what do you think? You're an AJ Styles fan. Are you underwhelmed by AJ Styles' WWE reign?
As much as I hate to admit it, I'll say yes. I'm just thinking about memorable moments, and other than repeated shots to the balls, I can't really remember much else. So,
James Deadpool Herrera, Rory, I'll get back to you in 1 second. Or Loose Cannon, call me. Let's hear what you have to say. Call me now, man. We'll bring you on the show. I gave you my number. Or if you have a Google account, send me your email. We can try to invite you on the show. But back to Rory. As far as me, AJ Styles is one of the best wrestlers in the world. Underwhelming. I'm just happy. I don't know, man. Yeah, I guess the Shinsuke, as a Shinsuke Nakamura fan, that series of events was underwhelming. Rusev got one match. I thought that was a pretty good match. I guess before AJ was champion, he had a great match he was champion. He lost that match versus Brock Lesnar. I don't know, man. He's been in some good matches. I think the underwhelming part is the guy needs to headline a pay-per-view. He did lose to Finn Balor before he was champion on that. What was that? About a year ago already. TLC. I don't know. Underwhelming is a strong word, but he's not losing to James Ellsworth is all I can say. Back to Rory. Sorry.
No, I'd only say his matches have been great. That's the sad thing is that he's been consistently putting on good matches no matter who the opponent is. So it's not the matches that are underwhelming. It's just I'm not sure if you were to come back to this title reign in about 5 years' time, I think he'd be struggling to remember anything. I don't think anything would immediately stand out. You'd have to think about this title reign before you'd come up with something good. So I think that's the main problem. Is it's just not very memorable. So
okay,
it's as I say, yeah, great matches. There's just not enough story to it.
Yeah, there you go. Deadpool and Loose Cannon. I think that's. And I want to welcome Tim Kelly. Tim Kelly's going to go to the. I think he's in town in Chicago. He's going to the Seattle Seahawks Chicago Bears Monday Night Football game tomorrow, and I believe he's still in town. I think he's going to see Ring of Honor, Death Before Dishonor. I don't know. I can't remember if that was at the end of the month. Tim, thanks for coming in. He did not watch the match. He's coming in hot, blind. Thanks, Tim Kelly, for joining us. Sorry for spoiling anything for you. But James, Deadpool Herrera, John Loose Cannon Lopez, fixtures on the Solid Monster Show. They're big-time VIP. I'm honored just that you even are joining on the banter. But I think to answer your question, as far as me, AJ, yeah, I'll agree with the bar. He just hasn't had too many memorable moments, I guess, as far as his reign, except for getting hit in the balls. I don't know. If you guys want to chime in, hit me up. I gave you my number on the feed. Tim says, Tim says Death Before Dishonor is at the end of the month, and the Seahawks will beat Seth Rollins' Bears. So that'll be fun. I hope for your case, Tim, you have a great night there, and go Seahawks. All right, let's move on to the next matchup. We have the mixed tag team match of the A-listers versus Yes Mode. Brie Bella, Daniel Bryan taking on The Miz and Maryse. This match was what it was. In the middle of the card, a mixed tag team match. It went a solid 13 minutes. And The Miz and Maryse defeat Brie and Daniel Bryan. Just like me and the Rat Boy and Mark Wood predicted. The Bar, the leader in the clubhouse. This one hurt for you. You had Yes Mode winning. We had Brie Bella and Daniel Bryan versus Maryse and The Miz. Brie and Maryse started it out. They circled. I wasn't into this match as much as I'd like to have been. Daniel Bryan, one of my favorite wrestlers of all time. Like I said in the prediction show, I'm ready for these guys to go back to their singles match. I'm not so much involved in them being involved with their wives, but it was what it was. If they can extend the feud, it is what it is. Going through my notes, this match got a lot more time than I thought it was. Or I thought this match would have been less had there been another match added to the card, but we did see Brie Mode. She's fired up. Miz whips Dan into the barricade as she returns Maryse to the ring and hits a Lou Thez press to the second. Drop kick lands true. Miz breaks it up. The American Dragon returns to pound on him. He calls him a son of a bitch. There was some funny mic catches. I don't know if you caught. I think my wife said Braun called, or I forgot. I wrote something down during the Braun Roman match. We'll get that in a minute. Where was I? Calls him a son of a bitch. Says nobody touches his wife. Stereo yes kicks were involved from Bree and Daniel. Both Miz and Maurice ducked the buzzsaw and bail. Bella and Brian follow to the floor and cut both of them off. Bree smashes Maurice's face into the apron. Bree mode, running knee trembler into the ropes. Bella throws Maurice into the Miz onto the apron. Cover, reversed, handful of tights. Maurice and the Miz win by pinfall with a lateral press and a handful of tights from Maurice on Brie Bella. The It couple celebrate up the ramp while Brian tries to console Brie in the ring. That's how it ended, guys. Like I said, me, Mark, and the Rat Boy get this right. Rory, you get it wrong. We'll start with you.
Well, I wasn't really expecting much from this match, and I think I was right not to expect.
Remote.
Yeah, I was right in not expecting much from this match. I understand why they've done it, because I'm guessing they're going to stretch this feud out till Mania. Possibly it'll be something that's always in the background at the very least. And obviously this match is just to lengthen it. Not having you can't have too many singles matches between Brian and Miz. So it was a bit of a botch fest as well at the end with Brie and Maurice. They're not great wrestlers. I don't think anyone would ever argue that they are.
No failed suicide dive by Brie tonight.
Yeah, there was just a lot of moments where it looked extremely forced. Like light taps resulting in huge, exaggerated motions, and I'll just say, just keep the women as managers in this feud, because I'm all for women's wrestling, but not at that level of quality. So,
Mark Wood,
that's my thoughts. Yeah.
Mark Wood, what'd you think of Brie and Daniel's Seahawks gear? Seahawks. Let me see. Tim, if you're watching, Daniel Bryan. I think when Daniel Bryan, his Seahawk green was not accurate as far. Tim Kelly and my boy Brad Amrine came over during SummerSlam, and they said Daniel Bryan could not. He did not have the accurate green color to the Seahawks sub, but Daniel Bryan's added all of his Seahawks gear. Still was not good enough for him to get the win. I'm a big Daniel Bryan fan. I just think he needs to get away from his wife. Bree, go back to Raw. Mark, thoughts on this match?
My girl Maurice, she went running away. I didn't know why she was running. I mean, I thought she was a champion at one time, and I just can't remember what happened in the match anyway. I think you got this was a match I was hoping that we were going to see some puppies in.
Hey, Maurice looked like Sting, man. She had a nice I like Maurice's gear. I like Maurice's gear better than Bree's, but
it looked like she was going to pop out of there at some point. She's probably still got some baby mama milk going on up in them puppies.
Good Lord, Mark. Are you okay? Your eyes are like fucking, you look like did you drink a bang or something?
No.
Nah, Maurice, I give her credit. What, she have a baby 5 months ago? That's her praise.
Yeah.
I never thought Maurice was like gift. I think she's a good talent. She's a great valet, a great manager. Wrestling skills, she's back to the diva era, I think, as far as that. But I give her respect. And Brie, she's a Bella. I'm not hating. I just get away from my boy Daniel. I know they're married. That's just my opinion on the match. I'm ready for. I love the Miz Daniel Bryan feud One of these guys is my early favorites to win the Rumble. But Mark, finish your thoughts.
It was just interesting to see her in that outfit. That's all. I mean, other than that, I mean, Bree, I don't know. I mean, I'm surprised she actually came back. I expected Nikki to come back, but I didn't expect Bree to come back. It's just kind of interesting that both mothers are back in the ring, you know, within the, 18 months of actually having a baby. And, some, like in Maurice's case, she's back in the ring quicker than a year. I don't know if it's a money thing or what. It's just kind of interesting that both of them have jumped back into the ring. When you think of female wrestlers having babies, they normally just depart from the company and either just come to like WrestleMania shows and that kind of thing, WrestleMania weekends as a celebrity type thing. But these guys are jumping back into the action, so we'll see how it goes for both of them. It looks like The Miz is 2-0 against Daniel Bryan 2018, so everything's awesome.
Yeah, awesome. So, yeah, the Marine franchise looks like it's going good. Yeah, like I said, I think one of these two guys, unless The Rock is going to be coming back, got to book those guys for early favorites for Rumble. So, all right, that's our thoughts on the match. Real quick, Chatter, James, Deadpool, Herrera, AJ Styles needs to be the focal point of SmackDown Live. Perhaps turn him heel and get the Good Brothers on his side. Yeah, where the fuck have Gallows and Anderson been? They are SmackDown. Finn Balor, Good Brothers. Hey, maybe we have an October run for those guys. Let's get it going. All right, let's move on to our next match, guys. The next matchup we had for the Raw Women's Championship. Sorry, I had my clipboard down. Ronda Rousey, the incumbent champion. She won it off Alexa Bliss at SummerSlam. Took on the Rat Boy, my guy Tim Kelly's Alexa Bliss, Little Miss Bliss. This matchup went longer than I expected. 12 minutes, 5 seconds. Bliss came out with Alicia Fox and Mickie James. Rousey came out with Natalya, but Ronda Rousey ends up defeating Alexa Bliss and retains the title. 12 minutes, 5 seconds. Bliss, what does she take on? Trish Stratus, already advertised for the Evolution pay-per-view. As I look at my notes taken, the commentary before this match recaps the Hardy Orton. We got to replay the finish because it's pretty nuts and worth seeing again. And then we were informed that Jeff has been throwing up blood and remains with severe abdominal pain. God damn, Jeff Hardy, I hope you're okay. I hope that is not a shoot. Jeff Hardy, rest in peace. Good Lord. But Alexa Bliss took on Ronda Rousey. This match actually went a lot longer. It was not a squash match. I could tell it wasn't going to be a squash match because there was a lot of time left in the card. But skipping most of the notes here, there was a back to the grounded Cobra twist. Rousey gets out but can't capitalize, eats a drop kick to the ribs before Bliss throws her into the turnbuckles and applies a half bow and arrow over the post. Alicia Fox and Mickie James join the fun. Natalya comes over to take out Fox. Ronda puts James into the post, off the ropes, double cross bodies, and both women are down and out. There's a suplex reversed into a small package, hence our name of our show. Only two, though. A backslide. Still no. Alexa nails Rousey with another kick to the ribs. Clubbing blows to the collarbone. Mock growling at the champion, but Ronda steals with determination and rises up a ramrod straight doctor bomb. She fired up, punching her own injured ribs, injured it to the pain, laying punches into the corner, an arm wringer, charging in, and she gets cut off with another kick to the ribs. Blocking the forearm, there was a half Nelson, swinging Death Valley driver, wrist lock applied. She falls back. Ronda Rousey wins by submission with the cross armbar to retain her Raw Women's Championship. My notes were shit. I'm sorry if you didn't understand what I wrote there. But I actually was surprised this match went 12 minutes, 5 seconds, but I was not surprised by the result. We all got it right, except for you, Rat Boy. Let's go to England. The disappointment. Look at this guy. Oh, Jesus. Is he crying? He's not. There's no crying in wrestling, Rat Boy.
Some kind of epileptic fit going on. I'm not sure.
There's a fucking fit. Let's get the camera off this guy. Holy shit, that is depressing as fuck.
He's a broken man. I'll say that.
All of us else got it right. Jesus Christ, look at this guy. You'd think Christmas is canceled over in England. Jesus Christ. Life's going to go on. Get a hold of yourself. Let's go to Mark. Mark, turn the lights off. Are you disappointed? What the fuck's going on over there in England? Jesus Christ. No comment. Rory, thoughts of the match?
It wasn't quite the squash that the first match was. It was about as good as you can expect, really. It was, Alexa targeting the ribs throughout. It's good tactics for, someone who's not renowned for their wrestling ability. They're more known for their ability to exploit a weakness. And I don't know if you can get Ryan. You can quite see what Ryan's. No, it was a solid match, but obviously it ended how everyone minus Ryan expected. And pretty consistently, it was a good match overall, I would say. Obviously, unfortunately, it had the misfortune coming on after. You can see that going. Misfortune obviously coming on after Becky and Charlotte. But yeah, it was about as good. Yeah, it was better than I expected it to be.
Mark.
Yeah.
Did I get to you yet? I don't even know.
No.
Go ahead. We'll speed up.
I think this is an interesting match based on the fact that Ronda's actually playing into her acting a little bit. It shows a little bit of they've been working on it quite a bit with the sore ribs and that kind of thing, with her kind of faking it, playing into the role of a typical WWE superstar. This kind of went a long way for her to start maturing towards being able to put on a show rather than just coming out and doing the two moves that Brock Lesnar does when he's out his suplex and his F5. That's the two things he does. She's like an arm bar. But it's a good storyline, with her trying to keep up with the sore ribs with a woman about a third of her size, basically. Being able to handle Ronda the way she did.
Oh, fuck. I'm sorry. Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm sorry. Oh, God, it's late. I love you guys, man.
The only thing that would put a cherry on top right now is if you rip that ass.
I need to, oh God, oh Jesus Christ. I'm sorry, guys. You guys stayed up really late, and I apologize. One more match. Let's go over it. Loose Cannon Lopez, real quick, says not much to say. Ronda Rousey retains, and that was his pick. Good job, Loose Cannon. James Deadpool agrees. AJ Club should be reunited. Maybe an AJ heel run. Oh, God, I'm out of breath. Look at this guy. God bless. God bless you, Britain. Holy fuck. Get this guy. Holy shit. Is he going to work tomorrow?
Are you at the hotel tomorrow?
No.
Okay.
Day off.
All right. Main event time. I don't have the Hell in a Cell music, but if I did, holy shit. All right, we had for the WWE Universal Championship, Roman Reigns, Braun Strowman, Mick Foley, the special guest referee, the 20th anniversary of a Hell in a Cell this past year. Holy shit. This match went a solid 24 minutes before shenanigans ended the pay-per-view. The bright red cage once again comes down. It was a hype match. I was into it for a while. My wife came in, a casual fan. She actually came in during the Rousey Bliss match, but she was into it. Strowman yanks the title out of Roman's hands before the bell, and they're swinging. Roman to the corner with lariats. Braun turns it around, but gets caught with a big boot soon enough. Knee to the gut, throwing the big dog to the post, off the ropes, pounce into the cell wall. Strowman stalking around to him, throwing him manually into the cell and the post in turn. It was a physical battle. I'll skip most of my notes till the end. We end up having Dean Ambrose, Seth Rollins, Ziggler, and McIntyre coming all out. Those guys end up battling on top of the goddamn cage. Holy shit. I've got notes all over the place. The Dogs of War are here, and so is the Shield. They all climb the cell. Eventually, holy shit, Drew catches it, and they go at it with holy crap, my notes are terrible. Oh, fuck. What was it? Was it Dean? It was Dean and Ziggler who went through the tables, right? God damn. I typed up some notes.
Yeah, he did. They did.
Okay. I'm sorry, guys.
They did on some bad acting on a double head smash into the fence. It was terrible. I just rewatched. You can tell the most planned.
the most dramatic the dramatic parts are when they climb the cage and you're just like, holy shit, please don't die. But eventually Brock Lesnar comes out with Paul Heyman. That was kind of a surprise to me. I did not expect Brock Lesnar to show up. I was not reading dirt sheets. I did see a post right before the match that Brock Lesnar, I even messaged you guys, that Brock Lesnar was indeed backstage. So that was like intriguing. He indeed shows up. Brock Lesnar is here with Paul Heyman in tow. Paul gets in it, the referee's face and demands the key to the cage, but Brock kicks the damn door down. Heyman sprays Foley down with mace. That was a cool visual. Brock leans the cage door into the ring, beats on both men with chunks of broken tables. F5 on Strowman, and then an F5 on Roman. Lesnar and Heyman take their leave, and referee Dan Engler has no choice but to throw the match out. So all of us lose this one. Neither man can continue. The match is a no contest. Roman is there writhing in pain. And that pretty much, guys, is the show. So your boy, the mailman, I'll take the loss.
Return to sender.
We had Roman.
I gave a letter to the postman.
He put it in his sack. 6-2 tonight. I gotta go to work tomorrow. He brought my letter back. Mark Wood, we'll go to you first. Did this match live up to the hype?
Absolutely not.
Did it? Oh shit! We got a caller. Hold on. Good evening. This is the mailman, Jimmy Milstead. Oh shit.
How you doing?
John Loose Cannon. Mark, before we get to you, we've got John Loose Cannon Lopez on the air. We've got our first caller ever. Holy crap. John, you're a legend, sir. Thanks for joining this small YouTube show. Let's talk main event, Brock and Roman. The floor is yours, sir. God, you're a legend. First of all, tell us where you're from and your overall thoughts on the card tonight.
Well, I'm from San Francisco, California.
Yeah.
I thought it was a good show tonight. It was good. Or how it ended the whole time with on so.
And did you expect Brock Lesnar to show up tonight?
No, that was a surprise. I was stunned to see. I was like, oh, whoa, wait a minute, what's going on here? So
Yeah.
and then once they went off the air, I'm just like, oh.
Yeah, it was nuts, man.
Just like everybody else.
So you, being from San Francisco, are you going to Survivor Series?
No, not right now at this time, though.
Yeah. Did you go to any of the Bola events, the Battle of Los Angeles?
No, not at all, though.
Yeah.
The only time I went to, like, nearby LA was the New Japan in Long Beach back in March. So that was like the closest I nearby LA, though.
Yeah, I got my buddy Tim Kelly. He's been down your way. I think he went to the last San Francisco show, or the last New Japan show down there that you were at. I got to make my way down there. I will meet you, man. Yeah, that's awesome. I thank you for calling in, and I thank you for joining us, man. Overall thoughts, where the Universal title goes from here, sir?
Just hopefully it doesn't end up with Brock Lesnar. Let's put it to you that way.
Yeah.
And thank you for having me on the show, though. I tried to call earlier, but
Oh, my bad.
you guys are laughing at me. I was calling so that was my bad on that part.
Oh no, my phone's not the best. I have it usually on silencer, and I do my best to read you guys' comments, man. I mean, me just being I'm a mailman. It's not a gimmick, man. That's my day job. It's just a wrestling fan talking with other wrestling fans, and you guys are really cool. You and the Deadpool. You're the reason we have fun doing this show too. I mean, I have fun. The reason we do this is just because we're trying to build a little bigger community, I guess, and act like we're not professionals, man. But
We're fans of the show.
Yeah.
We're fans of wrestling, period.
Yeah, that's what it's all about, man. Fans of wrestling, and it boosts our confidence, and it makes pay-per-views, whether we like it or not, more enjoyable. And John, thanks for joining us, man. I hope to see you.
Man. I enjoy this small package, though.
Yeah, man. Thanks.
Hopefully at a WrestleMania, though.
Yeah, no, you're only a state below me, or no, 2 states. Oregon. I always forget about Oregon, but I'm definitely gonna meet up with you, man. Yeah, I'll see you sooner than later.
All right, thank you, Jimmy.
All right, Loose Cannon Lopez. Thanks for joining the show, buddy. All right, Mark. I cut you off before John. Main event thoughts again, real quick. John Loose Cannon Lopez. Thanks, man.
I mean, here we go again with Brock Lesnar. I mean, what is he planning on doing? I mean, he's not going to stick around. So, I mean, I don't know why he's even permitted to be in the building, to be honest with you. I thought they were done with that guy. They didn't offer him a rematch for the title, and here he shows up. I thought he had UFC fights down the road that he was going to work for. And, I mean, I just don't understand that twist to blow that match up. I mean, I see the angle with the 2 tag teams coming out because they have a 6-man tag team at the next pay-per-view. I mean, that was a good angle there, but I don't understand the Brock Lesnar nonsense myself. I mean, Roman keeps the title. That's all I care about. So, I mean, other than fighting inside the McDonald's Playhouse, I mean,
Jesus.
that's all I have really to say about it.
Yeah, your boy got the pick wrong. Roman doesn't win. Let's go to Britain one more time before. Let's send these guys to bed, man. Rory, thoughts on the main event? Brock Lesnar interferes. A no contest between Braun and Roman.
It's maybe a stupid question. Is that the briefcase gone now? Was that the cash in? Was the match itself the cash in?
Oh yeah, apparently.
There was no official
anticlimactic Money in the Bank briefcase season.
Yes, that's a loss for the cash in, right?
Yep, that counts.
Yeah. Well,
John Cena lost.
Well, well, that answers that question then, I suppose. Well, yeah, it was a good enough match, I suppose. It was, very hard hitting. Is it? Yeah, guys involved. I was expecting more, and obviously it cut away from the actual two competitors for actual competing in the match. I think as good as it was, what they cut away to, I think they cut away from it far too long. I think if you could count the amount of time that both Braun and Roman were down, it must have added up to about 5-6 minutes. It's a bit ridiculous when kayfabe terms or whatever that they were waiting that long. While everything was going on top of the cell. As much as that, as good as that was, I think you should have had something going on actually in the cell at the same time and start cutting in between them both. But yeah, it was it was a good enough match. Was it better than I expected? Probably no. But really, the fact that a cash-in ended in, a third person interrupting and basically nullifying that cash-in, I was a bit disappointing as well. So, again, I'd say it was fine, another fine match. But yeah, don't know. I don't know if Ryan wants to give any thoughts. Anything?
Ryan, last call for alcohol. Ryan, the rat boy, Alexander.
There you go. That's in the same position still. Yeah.
Last call for Ryan. Ryan, 45 and 46. Mark Wood, 45 and 46. We're gonna have a great competition there. Me and the bar. The bar still ahead, 59-32. Yours truly, the mailman, 52 and 31. Raw is in Dallas tomorrow night. I've been there for a Raw, the Raw after Mania. You can find me on the WWE Network if you Google or you look for the Epic 24 series. Your boy is there on that show. If you ever wanted to watch that, that's my claim to fame, but just a Mark living out his dream. Here's a Mark living out his dream on the floor. Final thoughts, Rat Boys, before we wrap this up. I really thank you guys for staying up late. God damn. Raw in Dallas tomorrow. What's Bliss going to do? Are you going to be making it? All right. Mark. Mark, final words. We'll let you go.
Good night.
Good night, everybody. Rory, you're in the lead, sir. Do you feel confident? Super Show. Our next prediction show will be that Friday night on the United States portion. I believe it is October 5th. I'll advertise that right now. That's our next show, 6 p.m. on the West Coast. That is 9 o'clock on the East. Our next prediction show for the Australian Super Show, which is going to be a couple hours later if you're going to watch it live on the WWE Network. I think that's Saturday morning in the States. But Friday night, October 5th, is our next prediction show. Headlining that card, the final time ever, Triple H against The Undertaker. We'll see how that is promoted tomorrow. Shawn Michaels, HBK, we talked about it. Where does he land in this? Rory, are you excited for Raw tomorrow night in Dallas, Texas?
It's always a mixed bag, Raw. So I couldn't tell you either way. It's going to be what it's going to be. Raw, as I say, Raw's, it's been up and down. I'd say I'm apprehensive, but no matter what, we'll be back every week. So it doesn't really matter what the quality's like. We're going to come back. So yeah, it's sure it's going to be fine. Again, I like that word. I'm going to keep using that.
Right on.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I'm not sure. I think that you've heard the last from Ryan for tonight. So yeah, he's just in a ball. I don't know if you want to have a look at him one more time. There you go. There you go.
This is not another story.
All right, for the Rat Boy, Ryan Alexander Taylor. The Bar, Rory Bar. For the Mr. Wood, Mark Wood. My thanks to John Loose Cannon Lopez, James Deadpool Herrera, Tim Kelly, anybody else that has stumbled upon us. Tonight's Hell in a Cell gets a thumbs up from yours truly, the mailman Jimmy Melstead. I hope you guys enjoyed the small package, episode 32, post-show. We did not have any internet problems. Wow, this is amazing. Rory Barr. My guy, Rat Boy Ryan Alexander, get some rest. We thank Mark Wood again. We'll see you October 5th. I believe that's Friday night. Yes, sir. 6 p.m. We'll have a prediction show for the Aussie Super Show Down Under. That'll be episode 33. Bring your beers. Bring your predictions. I'm out to catch you, Rory. Rory, good night, sir. Thanks for joining me, man. You're the man. It's been a fun show. It's going to be happening. The small package, episode 32 in the books. Hell in a Cell. A thumbs up from yours truly. Have a great night, everyone, and we'll see you next time. The Mailman signing off.